You guys have obviously had some ups and downs this year. What's the last week been like for you with all the change here?
Shoot. I mean, like, really not much has changed. I mean, like, you still got to go to practice every day and practice. You know, still give the same effort, even though your position coach isn't here. Uh, so I'm like, really nothing has changed as far as we like the way we approach practice and everything. Still practice hard and just go out there, continue to work hard every day. Just same thing.
Uh, Ron Brown's been around here.
Mm-hmm.
Fans obviously know him and all that. I guess can you describe for us how well you know him, or what your sort of your day to day with him was like before this past week, and what it's like now with him sort of running the running backs now?
Well, Coach Brown has always, been there for us. Always giving tips and stuff how to get better. And obviously he has the resume. Coaching Amir Abdullah, guys like Rex Burkhead, and the fullback was it Janovich, I think? Is that who it was? Yeah. And him, I'm like, that's a good resume. But I think in that year Amir Abdullah was up for Doak Walker, so it was like for Coach Hill to be gone, it's not a bad replacement. If you got an experienced guy, knows what he's doing, been around the game for so long, so much knowledge, and then outside of football, a really good guy, helps you with things off the field as well. So, like, just the overall person he is, and the coach is just, it's really helped us throughout the season, and nothing has really changed. He's always been there for us, so he's going to continue to coach, continue to work us hard, and push us to be great every day.
How did you find out that Coach Held wouldn't be on here, and did he have a chance to talk to you guys as a running back room before he left?
No, we had an emergency optional team meeting about it, so that's how we found out. He didn't tell us or anything. It was funny because the day he did end up getting fired, I saw him. I was pulling up and he was on the phone, so at the time I didn't know. I was in a car, so I didn't really stop or anything. But now when I replay it, but like the expression on his face, I think that was the moment that I had seen it, but I didn't know, so I didn't speak on it. But yeah, I figured out during the team meeting.
How big of a reason was he that you ended up here in Nebraska?
He was a big reason. He recruited me. He did a good job, and that's why I'm here. So he was a big part of that, honestly. He was the main guy. Coach O was a big reason I was here, and I want to give him thanks for giving me the opportunity to be here, because without him, I wouldn't be here. So.
How do you think Frost handled it?
Like Frost, what do you mean? Like
the meeting when he told you guys?
He handled it very well. It was hard for him because obviously those are his friends. He's been knowing those guys for a while. I don't think it was something he wanted to do, but obviously this is a business, and you got to make decisions that you may not want to. But if you see the bigger picture and want to move forward, if you felt those were the necessary moves you have to make, then those are the necessary moves we have to make, and we follow accordingly.
How has it been for you personally? I mean, has it been frustrating over the course of the season, just sort of where your roles ended up, and I guess do you feel like you've got a chance here to make a move over the last couple of weeks?
It's been very frustrating, honestly, if I'm being real with you guys. But you find out who you are, and it's been a dark time. But I feel like when you're down, the only way to get you out of the position you are is continue to attack it the same day every day, and just continue to work hard, continue to do things, and then it's the coach's decision to put you out there. I felt like I've been playing well. If the opportunity comes, I'll be ready. I've been ready, so if the opportunity comes, whether it's this week or never, I'll be ready for sure.
Has it been health related?
Nothing, but I ain't been injured all season.
So what did Coach Held before he was fired tell you about how you could get on the field and why you were, I guess, third depth chart?
If I kept it real with you, I don't want to do that because they don't really mess with that. But I don't want to lie to you, so I don't really want to answer that. To be honest with you, bro.
At the end of the Ohio State game, you were out there. How'd you? I mean, that was the first time in several games. How'd that feel?
I want more. I'm hungry. I want more. I want more. Simple as that. I want more.
How have you and maybe your teammates just processed this change in the last week? Are you getting together and talking with guys? Are you sports psychology? How are you guys just as a team sort of processing the change?
At these times, I'm like, the best way is to come together. If we start going a separate direction, we'll continue to lose, and that's something that we don't want to do. I think we want to finish this season out on a high note. These are 2 trophy games, if I'm not mistaken, and I think these are the 2 biggest rivals here. So we've come together, continue to practice hard, and do all the right things to move forward.
When it is Wisconsin and Iowa, does that bring the focus back to what's going on the field as opposed to all the change going on off?
I feel like our focus has never really been on the change off the field because we can't control what happens off the field. I'm like, with the coaching stuff, that's out of our control. So honestly, you know, to be honest, like, yeah, the change off the field ain't really phased us because at the end of the day, you still got to go out there and play football. I mean, at the end of the day, coaching change is going to happen everywhere. So, like, it's something that, you know, when you get into this, when you sign up to play college football, you got to know that coaching stability is not, like, it's not really a thing in college football unless you're at a program like Iowa, Northwestern. Those are the ones I can name off the top of the head where those coaches have been there forever. So, you know, it's something that you just it just happens, and you can't do nothing about it, so we got to focus on what we can control.
You sort of learn that over the course of a college career, don't you?
Yeah.
It changes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And, like, this year kind of reminds me a lot of my first year at USC. We went 5-7, and not just the whole, I think majority of the coaching staff got fired that year after 5-7. So it wasn't just offense, the staff, it was the whole thing. So my freshman year, I didn't have a running back coach for like the last 4 weeks. So because the running back coach he's really an O-line coach. So once the O-line coach got fired mid-season, they moved the O-line coach to the O-line, and then we was just there, thugging it out. Really, I don't even know how to put it. I mean, like I was our running back coach, so it's the same thing. So I try to tell these young guys, like, yeah, no matter where you want to go or anywhere, if you're trying to follow a coach, that's the worst thing you can do because there's no stability in coaching.
Back to Ron Brown for a second. I mean, we all know Ron pretty well. He's not going to let you wallow too long. I mean, he's got kind of an energy about him. What do you like about just his personal energy and the way he comes to work?
Him and Held are honestly very similar in the way they approach like practice and stuff. Like the energy has always been there. You know, there's very similarities. I feel like where Coach Brown is really, really good at is teaching like the skill part, developing skill. Because, you know, like if you go, like I said, you go back, look on it, you see the running backs that he coached. I mean, like, yeah, it's system. Like, obviously you got to know the system, but at the end of the day, it comes down to making a guy miss, making yards after contact, and that comes down to skill. And Held was more, he knew more like the system that we're in, the ins, outs, and stuff like that. So it's 2 different coaching approaches, but they both work very well. They complemented each other, so honestly.
Thanksgiving's next week. Do you have a favorite Thanksgiving food?
Ooh, Thanksgiving. Man, I don't know if this is really Thanksgiving plate, but I really like ribs. I know everybody like eating turkey and stuff, but I like ribs. Not a big turkey guy. I like ham more than turkey, but yeah, ribs is my way to go.